Yo, Haven, Grand Rising Supreme Shining, wherever you at in the world. You know, I know, see, in the U.S., it's 8:22 p.m. It's no Grand Rising right now. The sun is gone. Anyhow, depending where you at, Grand Rising Supreme Shining, and when you watching this, Grand Rising Supreme Shining. Anyhow, other than that, I hope anyone and everyone, I had a long rotation, and I'm trying to make it work here, okay? Anyhow, I hope all of you are in a wonderful, magnificent mood, and you had a wonderful, magnificent rotation. If you haven't, and you're not in a wonderful, magnificent mood, hopefully you will be by the end of this video, and this video makes your rotation. Anyhow, full disclaimer, this video is for entertainment purposes only. Any and everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment. Now listen, before we start rolling the tape, I'm gonna let y'all know. This one, see, I said the last one was gonna be quick and it was an hour long. This video is, the footage alone is an hour long. I'm not gonna do too much talking. I had a long rotation. Pardon, if you feel like it makes the vibe that I pause and stop and talk, we chilling on this one, all right? So I'm just letting you know ahead of time. Anyhow, if you've been here from the beginning, I send you divine abundance, balance, harmony, love, prosperity, strength, unity, including authenticity. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Haven, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified when we go up. Anyone and everyone who has ever sown the seed with me, it will be returned 100-fold as the Most High is using you as a divine vessel to divinely support yours truly, because it's all about divine support. I just want to say grace, gratitude, and thanks. Peace and prosperity to you and yours, because it really does help, and it never goes unnoticed. It really does help the channel, the foundation, and my well-being. So if you would like to do the same, links in the description and about tabbing it on. You feel me? About tab on the channel. Yo, listen. For you guys who be wanting to donate and help out and things like that and don't have Cash App, I regained access to my old PayPal. So, yeah, it's up there. It's a photo of me. If you want to do the PayPal donations, it's in the description as well. Now, prior to me, you feel me? I just feel like I got to say this. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out. Big, huge grace, gratitude, and thanks to Red Cat for the $50 super chat. Grace, gratitude, and thanks. It really does help the YouTube payout. Literally. So, peace and prosperity to you and yours. Grace, gratitude, and thanks. It will be returned 100-fold. And can't forget sis, Miss Pam. Grace, gratitude, and thanks for the PayPal donation. It really does help. Never goes unnoticed. Peace and prosperity to you and yours. It will be returned 100-fold. You know what's up. See, you be talking in the comments because you know what's up. We be talking, we be resonating. So that means you know what's up here, mentally, consciously. I send deep divine abundance, balance, harmony, love your way. You know what's up. Yo, Haven, I don't know what we're going to call this video. The intro was long enough. Like I said, I'm not going to do too much talking. I got a couple mixed nuts here. My Taino Puerto Rican cup. Anyhow, we chilling. Roll the tape. Oh, I ain't even got it up, y'all. Damn, I ain't even got it up yet. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Different planets, your avatar is not gonna look how it looks on this one. Not all the time, at least. On some specific planets. On some specific planets like Pluto, Mars, and a couple other planets, our avatars look a little bit different. Feel me? But the way that we look right here on planet Tiamat is our base model, like the arm, leg, arm, head. That's where the idea of Allah comes from, because Allah is God. Allah is God, right? Allah means arm, leg, arm, head. That's Allah.
Look at this, y'all. This was just last night. This is in Kansas City, Missouri. This couple was outside walking their dog and they looked up and they saw two moons. Not a reflection, two moons up there, y'all. And meanwhile, on the other side, you have the sunset going on. You see, everybody's just confused as to why this is happening, because we were never taught this in school. We were taught lies. And now everybody's seeing 2 moons, 3 moons, 4 moons, 2, 3 suns. Okay, I see the 2 moons, y'all, but what is this next to this right here? What is this? It's stationary, it's not moving. What is that? Y'all see that? I zoom in, but they're not staying focused enough so you guys can see what this is. But look at that, y'all. Look at that. That can't be a star, right? That's not a star, is it? It don't even look like that. That looks like a ship that's like hanging right off this moon, or the second moon, whatever you want to call it. Because everyone agrees that this one right here is the original moon, and this one right here is, I don't know, the second moon, I guess. But again, this looks like a sun. This does not look like a...
Yo, this rotation, right? I was on the phone with one of my tribe brothers, and listen, let me tell you something. He said, yo, look at this. He sent me a picture of the sun. Beaming, by the way. Then he sends a picture of the moon, mind you. It's like 1 p.m., 2 p.m. in New York. What the hell is the moon doing out at that time in California? I don't know. But let's keep rolling. I'm going to adjust the microphone. Hopefully that fixes a lot of the background noise. Let's do it.
Moon, y'all, this is crazy. You see how much brighter it is than the original moon?
What the heck?
There's 2 moons.
Where?
And y'all see that? What? That's not a street light. That's not a street light, because that one is.
Keep video and then turn around and sunset.
There's a lot of things that are unexplained going on in the world right now, y'all. But we got 2 moons in Kansas City, Missouri, y'all.
Yeah, that's just, I don't think that's supposed to be there.
Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be there either. But we are in a new beginning, y'all. The shift is here. Anything can happen. Let's continue to get this shift. Peace in.
Today I would like to discuss Ethiopia's last emperor, Haile Selassie I. He was born July 23rd, 1892, and his name was Tafari Makonnen. Haile Selassie was the ruling emperor from 1930 to 1974. Now it's stated that Tafari Makonnen, aka Haile Selassie's lineage, traces back to King Solomon. This makes Haile Selassie a member of what's called the Solomonic dynasty. Biblical scripture actually indicated that Solomon's father David was an ancestor to the Messiah. When you hear the word Rastafarian, they're actually saying Tafari Makonnen's name. They're actually saying Tafari. This is why they call themselves Rastafarians. It's actually named after Haile Selassie. Rastafarians actually believe that Haile Selassie's rise to emperor was actually a prophecy that was fulfilled by Marcus Garvey, because he stated, look for the king that would come, because the king would actually be the redeemer, is what Marcus Garvey said. And then shortly after, Haile Selassie actually became the emperor. And then they also believe that his bloodline and lineage traced back to King Solomon. They highly revere Haile Selassie. And one woman actually indicated that she seen the holes in his wrist, basically indicated that she seen the same wounds on his hands and things of that nature that Yeshua had. This is what the woman alleged, all right? A woman that was in the crowd, when she seen Haile Selassie, they would actually try to reach out and touch his garments, all right? This is how they were over Haile Selassie. They highly revered and highly commemorated Haile Selassie. Selassie actually gave me Anunnaki vibes. This looked real similar. This looked real close. And if he was a descendant of Solomon, they stated that King Solomon, because of Solomon's seal, actually had the ability of communicating with animals. All right. And we know that when certain fallen angels came down, they would actually bestow certain abilities upon men. All right. They would give them certain gifts and certain abilities. They would teach them how to wield iron, how to wield swords, how to do different things as far as agriculture. These aliens are actually extraterrestrials were teaching him these things. All right, so if Solomon's shell, which was a ring, gave him the ability to actually communicate with animals, you know, we never know what type of other.
Yo, he looked just like Anki right there. He looked just like Anki. You can't tell me he don't. Y'all gotta let me know how's the mic. I don't like being too loud on here, so let me know.
Technology they had, you know what I'm saying? But also they had a real close connection with stars. They used to star David. To me, that was the personification of implying that people may have descended from the stars. Also always see Haile Selassie with the lion, basically the personification of the tribe of Judah or that lion energy. They always show Haile Selassie in a close association with the lions. Again, this is something you also see associated with the Anunnaki. This is Gilgamesh. We know Gilgamesh was actually half Anunnaki. He was part human, part Anunnaki, which made him a giant. All right, but he always was associated with that lion energy, that lion. Now, the lion was also the personification of strength and power, and they referred to Haile Selassie as the King of Kings, aka Negus Nagas. The Rastafarians actually believe that God incarnated 3 times on this plane of existence. They believe that God incarnated as Melchizedek, as Jesus, and as Haile Selassie. Some even believe that Haile Selassie's rise to the throne fulfilled the prophecy in Revelations chapter 19. Selassie himself never actually claimed to be a Messiah. All right, I do have to state that. Haile Selassie was actually deep into Christianity himself, Ethiopian Christianity, I may add. And he actually stated to them that he's simply just a man. All right, but they still commemorated him, and I obviously chose to believe that. Now, the Rastafarians actually look at Jesus as pretty much mind control. They believe Jesus was just something that was created by the Caucasian, basically for a mechanism or tool or machination of enslavement, is what they believe. All right, and they basically believe that the highest of high was what they call Jah, Jah. All right, and they referred to what they deemed as Jesus as Yesus. They didn't call him Jesus, basically. All right, and they commemorated Haile Selassie.
I just got a message across my phone says that 51 stores in Texas, Walmarts, are closing. I didn't get the date. It just went across my phone. 51 stores, they all closing on the same day. What's going on in Texas?
Now, y'all, she was not lying, y'all. Yes, Walmart's closing down 51 centers, but not just there. In all of these different places. Out of nowhere, though. Y'all, they're saying that Walmart is no longer sustainable. In all these different places, yo. Now, time out. Do y'all remember back in 2020 when they were saying that Walmart was supposed to be the place that starts with an F? Now, I find this real funny and strange that event is happening right before November's about to kick in. Something's just telling me like some shit is really about to transpire, man. Just my personal opinion, for entertainment purposes only.
Check out what happens when this statue from the church actually breaks apart. And when they look inside of it, look at what they found.
Y porque cayó en 2 partes, miren lo que había dentro. O sea, y viene de una tienda. No sé si sea normal y no les.
I'm eating, I'm sorry. But listen, that look like it's maliciously placed, okay? You cannot tell me otherwise. If you don't know what it is, if you can't see on your small screen or because you're watching on phone, that's an upside down damn, you know, I'm trying so hard not to say certain words, but let me just say this, okay? That's an upside down Jesus on the cross inside of a statue of this white Caucasian Jesus that is really Caesar the Borgia or whatever the name is. Don't get me started. Let's just keep going. That looks maliciously placed. Now, however, the roots of this stuff, the righteousness stuff of this stuff, yeah, to each his own. If you see fit, granted. If the shoe fit, wear it. But we gotta acknowledge the BS. That looks maliciously placed.
Miento, mire. Viene hasta pegado.
And it's stuck, she's saying.
Una cruz.
This is an upside down crucifix found inside the statue. This is definitely going to need some type of explanation.
Pero es una cruz volteada.
And what's that half a gold coin or whatever? I'm so confused here.
Y está hasta pegada aquí, o sea, no está pegada, pero está bien atorada aquí las esquinas de la cruz. Y San Juditas estaba así, literal. Y cuando se le cayó, eso fue lo que descubrió. La verdad se da miedo porque pues una cruz volteada, no sé, como que uno siempre piensa algo malo. Pero ahora sí me dan ganas como hasta de quebrar los San Judas que tengo ahí. Para ver si sí.
Leave it in the comments at Unanswered Universe.
Yo, look, we only 9 minutes into the video. And the footage alone is 1 hour, 4 minutes. Listen, I paused it enough. I do my best not to pause it. Listen, I gotta yap my yap sometimes. That's crazy.
The hair patterns that we do are actually geometrical patterns that we are putting in our crown chakra, to say. The concept of our hair actually goes way deeper than just the physical aspect. Our hair also has a spiritual meaning, which is one of the key reasons as to why I actually started my dread journey. And not only that, I also am going to be releasing my own hair growth oil. They are always putting the symbology meaning of our hair in these shows too. Our crown chakra is our crown, and not only that, it symbolizes freedom. This is a video of my hair, which is to say, grow out your ethers. Your ethers hold way more power than what was told to us. Also, the hair growth oil that I'm going to be releasing soon is not going to take long, so y'all should stay tuned. Ashe Reflection, grow your ethers.
Everybody know Galveston, Texas is home of the Dookie water. The water in Galveston look like coffee. But for some damn reason, the water in Galveston is crystal fucking clear blue now. Like, what is going on? Is this like one of the 7 signs? Somebody got to tag Charles Barkley, broccoli head ass, because he ain't even gonna believe this. And if you think I'm lying, go and Google it. I got this post from Dallas, Texas TV. The water in Galveston is clear blue now. Go ahead and hit that like button for me over there if you still gonna stay far the fuck away from Galveston water. The water don't look like this no more, but how can it go from this to this? Y'all let me know in the comments.
Hold on, because didn't they say something was going to happen on the 23rd? It's the 23rd right now. What did they say? If you remember, if you wrote it down, if it struck your interest that much from one of them previous videos that it said, it ain't happened. Did it? I don't know. I doubt it, but let's keep going.
Am I the only nigga that's concerned about what's going to happen after next month? Like, I was really thinking about this. I'm like, yo, if this shit don't go how people expect this shit to go, yo, what's going to happen? Like, has anybody thought about this shit? Now, y'all should know exactly what's happening next month, you feel me? It's all over the TV screens and everything. What I'm about to say to y'all is some real shit, man. I think that this shit is way deeper than what we can see with our own 2 eyes, you feel me? Like one of my bros said, you gotta see beyond veil. Y'all, we are at spiritual warfare at its height. And there's a lot of things going on around us, y'all. Like, a lot. Think about the UFOs on your timeline. Think about the weather on the timeline. Think about everything I've been seeing. Do y'all really believe that it's gonna get better? This is now my own personal opinion, TikTok. This video is for entertainment purposes only, TikTok. Freedom of speech and all that. Y'all know what movie I was just watching last night? I'm gonna finish that joint again, and I watched it 1,000 times already. 2012. Just watch the very beginning of the movie and tell me they wasn't trying to tell us something. Y'all. This is just me thinking out loud, asking questions, shit like that. You feel me? Freedom of speech and all that. Entertainment purposes only.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm with him. I'm with him. Let me know if you with him too, because I'm with him.
Oh my God!
You're gonna learn some things about the black man very soon. And by the way, those of you who are getting real nervous, those of you who are getting scared about the potential of an invasion of little green men from Mars on UFOs, I can tell you right now, there are no little green men coming. But the pilots of those vehicles that you call unidentified flying objects, they look like me. They look like me. And they are not from some alien place. They're from right here with a superior technology that you could only dream about. That you could only dream about. And the powers that be, your rulers, your leaders, they know who are the pilots. That's why UFOs are classified above top secret. You cannot learn about them. And they keep feeding you ideas of ETs with long arms. Ooh. To get you all spooky, thinking about some aliens that are like blobs of jelly. And you're expecting some creepy little thing to come one day. Black men pilot those vehicles. And we dare the powers that be to challenge us on this. Because we...
The powers that were, get it right, hombre. They ain't in power no more. That were, they no longer be. But yeah, I'm loving this clip. I had to share this. Once I seen a good 5-10 seconds of it, I'm like, yo, hold on. Wait a minute. That's going for the Haven. But listen, my deep apologies, Haven. I got to run out the door and do a little quick little errand for a family member that actually needs me in this time because, you know, outside of YouTube, real life, full transparency, he was a victim of gang violence and he can't really move around, especially not in my area. So I'm going to do him a favor, you know, do my good deed. We all we got. You get what I'm saying? So shit like that. Anyhow, y'all know how we do. I'm going to make it big screen, run in and out. I'll be back. Y'all know what's up, Haven.
We have the proof and we have the technology. And that's why today you got to understand that it's a new day. And while America and Britain are trying to conduct business as usual, it's not going to be business as usual.
Just my thoughts.
Homes aren't just inanimate objects, they actually have a spirit, all right? Your house actually has its own individual spirit, its own soul, its own essence. An example of this was displayed in Encanto, all right, when they showed the house was actually a...
Before I leave, I really like that clip of that guy going on a rant about, yeah, let's keep going though.
Alive. Your home is actually alive, contrary to what you think, all right? And this is why sometimes in dreams, you may always revisit an old childhood home, all right? Just because your energetic imprint is associated and attached to it, your life force actually absorbs it. It absorbs your life force. It actually becomes one with us. Everything's connected through a theory called string theory, all right? And this is in quantum physics. Everything's actually connected. A rock is alive, the water's alive, everything's alive. And you also have to remember that the house is actually made of elements from planet Tiamat, the wood. Everything that is actually composed of the home is actually elements that are actually made of the earth. The home is the personification of divine feminine energy, all right? The home is feminine energy. Just like our first home is our mother's womb, all right? That's where our minds begin. And our home pretty much embodies that same essence. Ensuring that you have a clean home balances the feng shui, all right? Any clutter or any form of filth or dirt actually is low frequency. This is why it's important to keep things clean. You actually manifest more of things that you want to attract when you have a clean environment. The nature of the spirit that embodies your home is contingent on the amount of life force that it's been around, all right? Whether it's been around good life force energy or bad life force energy, all right? Because you can literally walk into a home and feel the presence as soon as you walk in the door if you're tapped in. If you are actually tapped in with your inner self, This is why it's important to ensure that your auric field stretches out far, because the farther your auric field stretches out, the more psychic you become. And again, that it becomes your natural defense mechanism. Basically, your built-in alarm system, so to speak, your intuitive sight is all contingent on your auric field. All right, and this is all predicated on how clean you keep yourself, as far as the information that you're consuming, how you're vibrating, the frequency that you're vibrating in and that you're in resonance with. It sounds crazy, but there's nothing wrong with talking to your home, actually greeting your home, and realizing that Ashe exists everywhere. You begin to understand frequency and realize that everything is alive, you become very meticulous about what you allow in your resonance, all right? As far as the music you listen to, as far as the people that come into your home, as far as anything, as far as keeping it clean, as far as everything, because then you realize that your home is actually alive, all right? And it's just as alive as you are. And once you become that conscious of everything, then you actually become to tap in with the ether itself. You realize that the air is alive. All right, and this is all contingent on Metatron's cube when we talk about the dodecahedron, which is the personification of ether. All right, everything that derived from the 5 platonic solids exists in everything. All right, it exists in all inanimate objects. It exists in all biological matter. It exists in everything. All right, so in essence, everything is alive. Sound creepy, and so it may creep people out, but sometimes when people think it's a ghost, it's actually the energy and life force that your house accumulated. All right, itself. All right, everything is alive, and we only see 1% of the light photon spectrum. So there's also other entities occupying and taking residence in your home, even though you don't see them. All right, even though you only see 1%, it's people right in the same room, probably watching and walking past you right now, and you can't see them. You feel me? So always remember that everything is always alive. When you walk past the trees, greet them. When you walk past the grass, greet it. When you walk past a stone, or rock, or pebble, remember that everything actually consists and has Ashe. You silence the mind and actually accumulate enough prana energy and inhale and exhale, and you actually silence the mind enough, you can hear everything. You actually become acquainted. This is the concept of meditation. Basically silencing the mind enough to realize that you are one with everything. Come to malevolent spirits. A great way to protect yourself is red dragon sage, okay? And a lot of people actually hit me up, and I put them on several ways to actually get malevolent entities out of their home, all right? You can use Celtic salt also. That's the most potent type of salt, all right? And I do have that available in Holistic Remedies. It's actually more potent than Himalayan salt, and it actually has a lot of trace minerals. It's very high alkaline, all right? So using Celtic salt under your bed, all right? A little Celtic salt and some water too. Put some good positive affirmations, say protection into it, right? Whisper protection in the bottle, set it outside. Red dragon sage, this is very powerful. It's actually a goddess experience with a malevolent spirit that entered her home, okay? And she said she felt that presence of this entity touching her and everything, all right? So I told her to use the red dragon resin, all right? And this is different than red dragon sage. It's a lot different than sage. It's a lot more powerful. The Guanche tribes used to use it, and they actually believed this tree was a magic tree that was actually sent from dragons. And I do have the sage available, the resin available in Holistic Remedies. But what she said is, Grand Day God, I just wanted to give gratitude to you again for all that you do for the collective and for me personally. I have been using the dragon's blood from you and feel a huge shift in the energy around my home and within myself. Again, this is the dragon's blood resin powder, all right? And this has also been said to activate your abilities, all right, when it burns. Rashad Jamal made mention of the dragon's blood resin sage. This is way more powerful than the sage, all right? And it will activate you. All right, so I highly recommend grabbing yourself some dragon's blood resin powder, and this will also cast out malevolent forces and things of that nature. Some of you people that want to have a psychedelic experience, that are scared or want to astral project, may want to use dragon's blood resin powder first to actually eliminate your fear. That way you know there's no malevolent forces or presences in your home. Other things that actually keep malevolent forces away is hanging mugwort at the entrance of your door, all right? Another thing is actually using a horseshoe, all right? Especially for the fae. A lot of times the elves and pixies, some of them can be very, very, very deceitful, all right? And pretty much like real bad children, if you may, all right? They like to take things, spoons and forks, hide stuff. All right, and this is true. You can think I'm tripping, but there's elves and multi-dimensional beings that have the ability of literally hopping through dimensions, and they tricksters. They embody the trickster archetype, almost like the jester archetype. And some of the fae, like people say you know, to think that the Fae, like Tinkerbell and those entities are all peaches and cream, but they're not. All right, some of them will straight up kill you. All right, it's a lot of evil Fae as well, and some of them don't look as beautiful as they portray. They got sharp teeth and look crazy. All right, so a lot of people would hang horseshoes because the Fae don't like iron. All right, they didn't like iron, and that's why you don't see a lot of the Fae, because once the Industrial Revolution came into play and a lot of iron things got built with iron, and traffic highways and stuff were utilizing iron. At that particular point in time, the Fae they start going to the center of the earth. They start going to Gartha, but typically they protect the forest. You would find the Fae in the forest, and you'll see that they use mushroom patches. Circular mushroom patches around your house, around your lawn, and things of that nature are signs of the Fae. Fae also dislike the crystal pyrite, all right, because it's synonymous to iron. It has pretty much characteristics that pretty much do them the same way as iron. And if they get too close to the crystal pyrite, it would start to burn their flesh. Except of Santa's helpers, where they're actually building toys and all that, actually is really embodying the essence of the elves or the Fae, all right, these beings. And a lot of these beings also, you could find something missing in your home. Your keys was just there. It could have been one of those trickster archetypes that took your stuff and misplaced it or put it in another area, because they really play games like that. Actually can hide between the crevices of the third and fourth dimension. Now you will see them if you utilize an entheogen, like a magic mushroom or something, or even on LSD, you would have the ability of seeing these entities hiding in between the crevices of the third and fourth dimension. Fae and different spiritual beings can be attracted to your home. Your home can be built from trees, ancient wood that derived from old trees that was made from, you know, trees that the elves used to protect or the Fae used to protect. So they may be attracted to your home in some way, all right? It could be any kind of spiritual entity or celestial or anything that's attracted to your home for a number of reasons, all right? Remember, and also your life force energy could attract other spiritual forces. Next time you take a walk through your home and you're in the kitchen or doing anything, realize that the walls actually do have eyes. All high quality herbs and metaphysical products for spiritual elevation. Click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to Ascension.
All the people in the village have only one kidney left because of the addiction to coke for many years. Almost everyone has diabetes and obesity, so they will choose to cut off a kidney to save their lives. There are also countless people who die from the disease, despite the pain they feel when they get sick. But the addiction is so strong that they can't quit. Each person drinks an average of 3 liters of coke a day. One person consumes more than 10,000 liters a year. Since coke is a big seller in the region, businesses have also raised the price of coke to 79 yuan for 2 bottles. No matter where you go or what kind of activities you do, you drink coke mainly. Coke is a very high sugar content of carbonated drinks, contain a lot of phosphoric acid, will affect the body's absorption of calcium once the body is deficient in calcium, will inevitably decrease bone density and increase the risk of osteoporosis. Over time, the disease will develop, despite the fact that coke poses such a great danger to the local people. But still, several truckloads are delivered every day, although it has reached such a serious level. When asked about coke, local officials didn't stop it. He said the policy was in line with Mexican laws and regulations. He also pointed out that Mexico's Water Commission had issued the concession. Others have taken the opportunity to become witches. People with diabetes would come to him for treatment. After a few reversals, a glass of coke was poured out for the patient to drink. This method is obviously not credible. Maybe it's a different way of selling coke. Once you get addicted to this stuff, it's hard to quit. Most people have also started selling coke, even the essential diet coke at home. 3 people have died in 2 days in a small village. You can imagine how serious the consequences have become. This is also as a warning.
This might unknowingly be your favorite food.
This is a dried parasitic insect that you eat every day. Well, how is that possible? Well, watch closely. If I crush a small pile of these insects, scoop them up, and pour them into a vial of warm water, the water turns a deep red. This is used as a red dye under the names cochineal extract, natural red 4, E120, and carmine color.
I've never understood their choices when it comes to food ingredients. You can make the same red dye with beets and grapes, but they do this because it's cheaper, the color is brighter so it's more addictive, and because they're sick in the head. But this isn't the only weird thing they slip in your food. They get vanilla flavoring from beaver nuts. There's all kinds of weird shit hidden in your food. I wrote a book that exposes all the artificial ingredients, and it gives you healthier alternatives to replace your favorite snacks. Comment real and I'll send you the book. This is the last day it's on sale. Y'all see the original price? You might want to move quick.
Holy okay, if you've ever wanted to connect to a higher frequency or channel from a higher timeline, from your higher self, freaking whatever you want to channel, you have to try this in your next meditation. Okay, watch this.
This quick meditation will instantly raise your vibration and cause you to enter a state of pure bliss. Please do this at your own risk. The Bliss Technique is by John McKenna and is an underground meditation unknown by many. So to do this, simply relax your body and close your eyes. Inhale and visualize cool air entering through your nose and mouth and down your spine. Hold your breath, smile wide, and look up with your eyes closed. Feel compassion and love for all. When you're ready, exhale and visualize hot air coming up your spine and out at the top of your head. Through feeling these feelings, the energy stored in your lower energy centers, the chakras, activates, and it moves upward and opens a little gate in your brainstem called the thalamic gate. Once the energy passes that gate, it begins to flow straight to your pineal gland, where the energy is then released. Crazy, right?
Okay, please go try this and freaking let me know what happens. I'm gonna go do this.
Rufus lives about 5 miles that way with Aretha. Thought she'd have better taste. And your mom and dad, they got a place over yonder. It ain't just heaven, Dean. It's the heaven you deserve. And we've been waiting for you. It's a big new world out there. You'll see. Oh, wow. This tastes like the first drink I ever shared with my dad. Time up here, it's different. You got everything you could ever want, or need, or dream.
They said one of the main reasons Atlantis had to go down was because they were going against the laws of nature. They were experimenting by combining animals and human. Your legends of the half man, half animals, they don't come from Greece. They came from Atlantis. They were handed down into the Greek legends, but they started with Atlantis. The centaurs, the half man, half horse, the half man, half bull. All of these were experiments that the Atlanteans were doing. And a lot of it was done, they made servants out of them, slaves, and used them in different things like that. But they said they were disobeying the laws of nature. You're not supposed to fool around with things like that. It was one of the main reasons that Atlantis had to go down. They said the one reason you have to know this is because your own civilization is doing the same thing. We're fast approaching that point where this cannot be allowed, the line has to be drawn. Some of you probably know about where they're introducing the human cells into the pigs so they can use the pig organs to transplant into the human body. Because the human body will reject something that is foreign, but it won't reject it if it has human cells. And that was the logic behind the whole thing. But there was one scientist who said, I don't think this is safe. Because, sure, you can eat pork, you can handle pigs, but what would happen if you put the organ in the human body and the blood was flowing through that constantly? He said, we could create a disease that there would be no cure for. And he said, you better take it slow here and really look at this. So they stopped the experimentation for a little while. But then they said, oh, I don't think it'll happen, so now they're doing it again. And they told me, you're going down the wrong way, you're headed down the same road of destruction that all the other ones have gone down. But in the case of Atlantis, a lot of it had to do with the crystals, too. They were using too much crystal power. They ended up making holes in the ozone layer that let the sun come through and was burning part. This is how some of the deserts were formed in the world. They were also creating too much power that the Earth couldn't handle it. So they said this had to be stopped. It had gone too far. This is the explanation for the Bermuda Triangle. That was part of the original Atlantis. And if you can picture this, on that point there was a temple, and they did time travel and time experimentation, going back and forth. And there was a temple that used crystals that they could open and close portals so they could travel through time. But when the Atlantis went down, that temple was destroyed, and the machines there were partially destroyed. So they're still firing in an erratic fashion. This is why if a ships or planes happen to be in the area and it would just shoot upward through the water, it causes them to be zapped into another portal into a different time. Now, does that make sense to you? Yeah. To me, I think it's the explanation of it. But they said every time through history, when the civilization would get to that point, we'd have to destroy it. And then we had to start all over again. They would leave a few survivors to begin again, erase all the knowledge that they had. Now, some of them were not erased that went to Egypt, and they're the ones that built the pyramids. But they had to start all over again from scratch. They said it was almost like they blew a fuse, and they couldn't allow the humans to continue that way. Let's just shut it down and start all over. But every time, look at the amount of time that had to be building up the civilization again and again and again. We are now approaching that point where we're at the same level. Psychic abilities are being brought back. Everything is happening. The mind is growing. We're learning more. We are reaching the point where we could be at the heights that these other civilizations were. They don't want to have to destroy it and start all over again. But if we were foolish enough to get to that point, they would have to do it.
We're speaking on September 9th, 2022. You're 22 years old. Have you been shown the future in terms of a timeline for you? The Earth human population. Have you been shown or encountered any information about what is going to happen between now and 2030?
Sure. So they told me that the Earth has its own consciousness, and it's shared in an interval with all the consciousness, individual consciousness that of the beings that live in it, in its ecosystems. They told me that the Earth has decided that it's going to move into a higher density, a more, let's say, evolved state of consciousness.
Like a fifth dimension.
Exactly.
But
So while everyone was sleeping last night, you had people.
A video of GMO acting different. So now Buddy does an experiment. He has salt water in 2 different types of tomatoes. One of them is a GMO and the other is a natural organic one. And now look at their reaction when they touch the water. Why is the GMO one doing the worm? And if it's doing this on this plate, on display, what is it doing inside of your body? Like I never thought I'd see the day that I see a slice of tomato, GMO tomato, doing the Dougie inside of the water versus the other one. Now, I don't know about y'all, but this new food highly disturbs me. We hearing all kinds of diabolical side effects when it comes to these GMO foods. And that is one of the reasons why I had to move out of America. Because me personally, I don't feel like having the food do the worm in my digestive system. But y'all let me know in the comments, is y'all fucking with this GMO food or not? Like and follow for more wisdom and stay tuned. But if you want to learn how to monetize and get paid thousands of dollars.
Y'all remember this? Right? And they just got hit with the atmospheric river. Look at that, y'all. Right over here as well, y'all. Look at that. It looks like an ocean, right? Looks like the ocean.
That it's real. Auto.
And it's crazy, man, because this is what's going on in Canada as we speak, y'all. But like I said, the people of Canada aren't even aware of this because a lot of them can't even get the news, y'all. So y'all gotta let it be known, y'all. Share this video, Let's continue to get this shift, y'all. Peace in.
Yep, we're definitely cooked, because why are they building the robots from the Avatar? Yeah, you remember the little robot skeleton? The one where a human jumps in and it turns him into a transformer? Got me thinking that the next war that happens, people will be fighting in Decepticon suits. Like I knew that we was in the future, but not this damn far in the future. And on the second hand, could I potentially buy one of these Megatron robot skeletons? I can definitely envision myself pulling up on one of my ops screaming, "Autobots roll out," before I serve him a face full of knuckle sandwiches with screws and bolts. Like, just imagine somebody gets their hands on this and they have devious intentions. And after that We Robot event that Elon Musk had, now I'm starting to see robots and AI everywhere. And ain't no telling what you're about to see next. But y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. What y'all think about these Avatar robots being created in the comments? Like and follow for more wisdom, and stay tuned. And remember, if you want to turn your passion into profit with content creation and you don't know where to start, comment down below ATM and I'm going to send a method to you.
Y'all, what would you do if y'all came out and you seen this giant melanated woman just staring up at the sky? Y'all see this, y'all?
Okay, guys, walking outside to take the trash out would blow your mind if you saw this. Why is there a giant just walking around in the middle of the night? Why is he there? He, she. Do you see it? I know I ain't tripping, but what would you do? You walk outside to take your trash out and you see this just, roaming around late at night. What you think?
See, Guardians of the Galaxy was literally telling us that these trees are living beings, because how is this possible? And that looks like some ancient being, some ancient melanated being. Looks like it's got a basket on its head. Yeah, I don't know, man. I see so many different things. Is this what they mean by the Jolly Green Giant? Because, there are trees even bigger than this. But this is amazing, y'all. But yeah, let me know in the comments, y'all. Let's get this shift. Peace in.
Oh my this. Oh my son. Oh my son. They're all dead. All dead.
No,
they're all dead. They're all dead. They're all dead. They're all dead. Fuck you all.
You love them.
Fuck you all.
Stop.
You're dead.
You love them.
You're dead.
They've had your back for a long time.
Get in the fucking car! Get in the car! Get in the car. Get in the fucking car. I'm gonna show these niggas what Helter Skelter. Do you got your phone?
No.
Do you got your phone?
No.
Get your phone and get in the car.
Right here,
I swear to God, if it takes you more than 2 minutes, if it takes you more than 2 minutes to get your fucking phone, I'ma go in there and I'ma commit murder. I'ma come get your phone. Get your fucking phone. I'ma kill these fucking niggas.
Her and fucking goddamn me, Solar, came to the barbershop where I was sitting there resting in peace after the fucking cops was called on me. Fucking bruised me and fucking assaulted me. Come up here acting a fucking fool. Throwing Giovanni's ashes out the car, calling niggas bitches and hoes. Talking about me, I pulled guns and shit out. I didn't put no gun on her. She didn't tell y'all the truth. She grabbed that motherfucker and said she should shoot me in the motherfucking head.
This person dated someone who apparently sold their soul to the devil. This is so crazy. There are so many details. Watch this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
One time in my 20s, I was dating a dude who sold his soul to the
And I didn't believe him at first, and then things just started getting super weird. So he would come over to my apartment, and one night we had like this fight because he was doing some unsavory things. He wouldn't get a job, and I was working like 60 hours a week. He came over and we got in this big fight, and then we were like, you know what, I was like, you know what, let's just go to bed. Let's like sleep on this. Let's talk about it in the morning. I shit you not, I lay down, I close my eyes, I look up, and there are 4 like black beings swirling around my ceiling. I'm like, what the world? I look out towards my window. There's a male figure standing at my window. And I'm like, you guys, so I've seen ghosts before, so I was like, you all are not welcome here. You need to leave. Get out. Blah, blah. And really creepy in this like really, I'm gonna try to do it, voice, he was like, they're here for me. They're upset for me that you're treating me the way you are. And I knew at that point he wasn't fucking kidding when he said that. He sold his so he's like getting really angry with me because I'm telling his friends, demons, to leave. And I look over to my window, or I look over to my door of my room that is cracked open, and there is, and I've never seen this before in my life, my blood ran cold. I haven't seen it since. This is the first time ever. There is a half man with like a goat's face or something with like the ram ears. I don't know what it was, like the ram horn things, standing with like red eyes, standing in my door frame, and I'm literally still getting chills to this day. This has been 10, 12 years, and I still am shocked by what happened. And so I'm like, I tell the guy, I say, I am so sorry. I love you. Like, I was mad. I didn't mean any of it. Like, absolutely. And yeah, when we broke up, I had to get a hotel room and stay out of my house because I was scared he would kill me, because he said he would kill me if I left him. This is part 2 of I dated a guy who sold his soul to the... And so a few questions from the last video. Did anything happen after that? Yes. Did I have an attachment after that? Yes. Did I get away from him? Obviously. Is he alive? Yes. But I don't know anything about him. Haven't seen him in 12 years since all this happened. Yeah, at least 12 years. And listen, I get it. Like a lot of you said you would run the second that you heard that. Totally valid. If I was dating someone, I probably would have, but we were in a committed relationship. We've been together for like 4 months. And at this point we were talking about marriage and all that. And then I realized very quickly after he told me that, and then after this incident happened, that like I did not want to be involved with someone like that who would sick his friends on me. So that night, just to finish that part, because we have a lot of questions about that night, did they all leave? Yes. Like immediately after he said, okay, everyone, I'm safe. She's not serious. Leave. Like, I'm the fucking threat. So they all just like vanished. Every few nights after that, I would say it was like every 2 or 3 days, they would be back and circling my ceiling, these black things. Okay. Circling. I never saw that ram horn thing again. Never saw that. Often saw shadow figures constantly while we were together. The scariest incident that happened after that, before we broke up, because like I knew I needed to get away, but I was really concerned how to, because he said he would murder me if we ever broke up, because that's not how this works. And he paid a really big price for us to be together, because again, he said he sold it for riches and like famous stuff, and for us to be together forever. And he told me that we would have 6 children, and that the 6th one would accidentally unalive him. I had to think of the word because I didn't want TikTok to flag it. Accidentally unalive him in like a tragic freak accident, and the whole family would be there. He said it would maybe be like a boating accident or something along those lines. It would be outside. That's what the schmevel told him. So, okay. So I'm knowing I need to get out of this relationship. And if you've ever left an abusive or really toxic relationship, you know how hard it is to just like jet. Like, he had a key to my house, like all these things. So long story short, I know this has to end. he starts like doing some stuff with music because he wanted to be in the music industry. So he's out of town. He's like in Nashville or something. And I'm like, perfect. This is a perfect opportunity. And so I am at my house, and we got in a fight on the phone. And then I'm like, what? Okay. So I get off the phone. It's like 2 a.m. I go to bed. At 3 a.m., I hear like the biggest crashing sounds. It sounds like stuff is breaking. So I'm like, what the frick is going on? So my daughter and I's room shared a closet. Like, it was like a hallway, basically, but like a closet. It's super weird. Okay, just hear me out. So there's a point to this. From one end of the closet, you could open the door, and you could walk to the other door of the closet and open it to her room, and vice versa. So she could go through my room. Anyways, she is still dead asleep. I like run in there because I'm like, oh my God, did someone break in or what's happening? Because this guy's psycho. And she's fine. She's dead asleep. Nothing's going on. But everything in the closet had literally like it looked like someone pulled down all the shelves. Like it was like, and so I just chalked it up to, okay, that's really creepy. That's weird that all that happened. And I just decide at that point, like I've already checked out the entire house. I'm going to go from the closet, her side, all the way to my room. So when I get in the closet, like I open the thing, I'm going, and something drops on my head, and it's water, but I know that there's no water source up there. So I'm like, what the fuck? So like I had my phone with me, and it didn't have a flashlight at that point. Okay. This is a long time ago. And I like just like click the screen, and I shine it, and there's like this big like black spot, like expanding. That's the word, expanding on the ceiling, like of the closet. It's just like going like this, and I'm like, oh fuck. And so I like flung that door closed. I took my daughter, and we left. It was like 3 a.m. We did not stay there. We stayed at a neighbor's house. The next day I come in, he's still gone, so I'm not like really worried about that. And he didn't live with me. He would just like come over and visit. But at this point I'm like, hey, like, I can't let you come over and visit. Anyways, at this point I go in the closet, and there's all this somehow that it was there, that black spot, and it was like molded, but like there's not water above that spot. Okay, people came and checked it out. They did cut it out, and they said that maybe somehow the electrical wiring induced water. It was very weird. They couldn't figure it out. It was unexplained. So they cut out the ceiling. Another story of our time together is that window that I was telling you about in my room. We were sleeping one night, and this is like before he sold everything, and there was someone standing at the window, and I asked him what that was, and he said he didn't know. And he went out there, and he was like, hey, is anyone out here? But obviously it was his attachment. Totally comfortable answering this question. So how do you even seek that? So what he told me, sorry, there's a weird car right there. What he told me is when I got home that night, my daughter was not there. So people keep saying like, your kid was in the house when all this happened. Absolutely, she was not. But I got home, and he was at my house. He had come over, and he was working on some stuff on my laptop, whatever. It didn't matter. He had a key, so he got in. I was a little shocked to see him because he looked a little manic, and he was like, hey, I have something to tell you. And his eyes were like this big, and I can't even make them as big as his eyes were. His eyes looked weird, and that was red flag number 1 that I missed, okay? And I was like, what's going on? And he had this book in his hand, and he was like, yeah, so you know how I've been reading all these books. And first off, I knew he was reading. He was reading about like ancient Egypt and Sumerian texts and all these things, and that maybe should have been a red flag. Looking back, in hindsight's 2020, but at the time, I just thought he was interested in like history. I'm a history buff. I love that kind of shit. So I just thought he was learning stuff. He was like, yeah, well, I have been reading, and I did some spell work today that's in this book, and I sold my soul to the devil. And I thought he was like doing some weird bit, like, I'm very comedic. I love to laugh. So I thought this was all some big ass joke. Like I was like, huh, okay. And he was like, no, I'm serious. And his eyes were like this. So he's like, no, I'm serious. And I'm like, oh my God, what? I'm like, well, how did you even do that? Like, that's not a thing. And he's like, yes, it is. Like, I conjured up this thing. We made an agreement, and I'm going to be rich and famous, and we're going to be together for accident when I'm in my like 40s or 50s, is what he said. I was like, what? And so I'm thinking, I was like, he's off his rocker. Like, maybe he is just really stressed trying to get these albums done. Like, and he's like, I
Hold on, cause what, like what? Hold on. I've been watching for a minute. I've been here watching for a minute. I just ain't want to ruin the. He's off his rocker, all right. He's definitely off his rocker. Anyhow, I don't know what I missed. I've been in here since she been talking her story time and all of that. Let's get it, Haven. We back, baby. I had to go do my good deed real quick.
he was losing sleep, so I was like, he's like deluded, right? That was my first thought. And so I don't know, long story short, to answer your question, I don't know how you do that. I'm sure someone could tell you better than me, but I can tell you that's what he told me, and that's pretty much verbatim what he said, but through 11 years of memories. So, yeah.
When I found out Medusa had hair like me, and they weren't snakes, it all made sense as to why they had.
I'm just confused of why people out here really playing with that type of stuff.
Have demonized our hair for so long. What they don't want you to know is the figure that they demonized in Greek mythology is actually Naga Kanya. Is a powerful Naga goddess. I broke down in a few other videos the Naga serpent, which leads back to people who look like me. Took her story and flipped it and made her to be something to be feared because they couldn't handle her. Power was too much for them. Snakes on her head aren't just some monster imagery. Those snakes represent her 9 ether energy, aka her locks. Her locks could literally move at will when her kundalini was activated. Medusa's energy was so strong, she used her locks to battle any evil force in the cosmos. But instead of honoring her power, guess what they did? Just like they do with everything else. They demonized her. You know, kind of like most people do today with things like witchcraft, hoodoo, anything that was used within our culture that was able to defeat them. They label it demonic and we let them. If you don't know, the Naga gods are a powerful extraterrestrial race. Some have serpent, half human. Others were just serpent features, and they come from the Sirius star system. Sirius star system is deeply connected to ancient wisdom and knowledge, as well as spiritual energy. I'm shining so bright. Look at this ray just shooting through my car like this. If you don't know by now, what you see in Greek mythology are just bits and pieces of our story. Real stories mixed with lies to hide the truth. Choosing ancient stories can be found in all corners of the world. Seen in Greek mythology when they cut off Medusa's head was symbolic. It's about stripping the Naga, aka us, from our roots, from our very essence. Made us forget who we are and where we come.
That was deep. Ooh, she did that right there. She did her thing with that one. That was deep.
Come from. Took away our knowledge of self and spiritual power. But to be honest, we let them. The gag is Medusa is still alive because she's an immortal goddess. She's a being of immense power. Because we're all energy and energy never dies, she's still here. It's like the ancient Naga exist in the cosmos. These beings just waiting for us to remember who we are. Why do y'all think they've demonized locks and natural hair so much?
Get arrested, you gotta get a buzz cut. Go to jail, buzz cut. Go to the army, buzz cut. Get a job, buzz cut. They don't want that. They don't want you to have your locks out there locking and hanging and connecting and yeah, they don't want that.
You know how weird that is to tell somebody they can't wear something that grows naturally out of their scalp?
That's
locks
really weird.
Are not just a hairstyle. They're deeply connected to our roots, our spiritual power. The way locks naturally spiral mirror the coils in the galaxy. Our ancestors understood that our hair is an antenna, connects us to higher realms and the universe. I especially know this to be true because I've told y'all I've always been tapped in, but when I got locks, well, y'all see the end result of that, right? Downloads be downloading. That's why locks especially represent 9 ether, the highest form of energy flowing through our carbon-rich hair. Because yes, we are full of carbon. 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Represent our kundalini energy, our life force, and they don't want us tapping into that. Trying to get us to cut, straighten, or even sometimes cover up our natural hair, strip us of our essence, just like they cut Medusa's head off to strip her of her power. Truth is, locks are a form of resistance. We wear our hair in a natural state, we rejecting the system that tried to strip us from our power. Because we are our ancestors, we connecting back with the Naga's ancient wisdom through our hair. It's our symbol of freedom and divine energy. Like Medusa's hair moved with her will, your hair carries that same untamed cosmic energy. You already know, they demonize what they fear they can't control. Medusa's locks were feared because they represented her true cosmic power. So just like Medusa was truly never unalived, our power is still very much alive. You gotta take your power back, reclaim it. But you can't do that if you embracing everything outside of you or remembering who we are.
Can y'all see them? I don't think y'all can see them goosebumps on the camera. Whatever though, let's keep rolling.
And that's what they fear the most. So keep rising, y'all. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
The moon, their positioning right now, from what we normally see every rotation, it's not in the same spot. It's not majorly, but it's enough, almost drastically in a different spot. So it's like, that's kind of like proof of the pole shift, right? Because like, don't get me started. Let me keep going. Let me just keep going.
The pole shift. And in Black with amnesia technology, these extraterrestrials actually do have those devices. This is why they showed it in a movie. They can actually erase your memory. And a lot of people who actually go through hypnosis at that particular point in time begin to remember some of those experiences, right? It's that it's a big part, and it's not like we were small children. There are many number of places the abduction could have taken place, but something about all these encounters didn't sit well with me nor with my sister Graves.
Right.
Information, it can be Google. It says how many kids get taken at Disney World. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children estimates that around 2,000 children disappear from amusement parks, including both Disneyland and Walt Disney World each year. All right, so
my thing is, who's calculating that and how they know that? They probably damn near part of that damn near feast. This is absurd.
every 365 days, another 2,000 kids is missing. All right, and that's probably not even an accurate number, to be 100% honest. I don't even believe that it's 2,000. I believe it's way more than that.
Facts. Yo, Haven, you know what's up, man. Stand to the presentation. I really do hope you enjoyed. I know I wasn't here for half the video. I had to go run and do something, but we doing our best. We all we got. We working with each other. You know what I'm saying? One hand wash the other. Full discretion as advised. Full disclaimer. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Any and everything you see on this channel is merely speculation. Viewer discretion is advised. Please do your own homework and research for proper discernment. If you've been here from the beginning, I send deep divine abundance, balance, harmony, love, prosperity, strength, unity, including authenticity. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Haven, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when we go up. Pardon. Anyone and everyone who has ever sown a seed with me, it will be returned 100-fold as the Most High using you as a divine vessel to divinely support yours truly, because we're all about divine support. I just want to say great gratitude and thanks. Peace and prosperity to you and yours. It really does help, and it never goes unnoticed. It helps the foundation, the channel, and the well-being. If you would like to do the same, links are in the description, or you can check the about tab on the channel. Once again, huge and big shout out to Red Cat for the $50 super chat. Huge and big shout out to Miss Pam for the PayPal donation. Deep divine abundance, balance, harmony, love, prosperity, strength, and unity to you guys. It will be returned 100-fold. Grace, gratitude, and thanks. Your Haven, love and unity. I'm out. Safe travel in the Astros. Y'all know what's up.
I'm out of space, I'm flowing, so no slowing down, let's speed it. Taking off, I'm taking off. Buckle up, D2, galactic flow.